Recording.
Okay. Morning, Stephen. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing well.
It's great. So last time we talked, we kind of went over some basic like feelings, like how you were feeling and stuff. I'd like to get more into that. So
Okay.
that's okay.
Yes.
Has there been any major changes or little changes?
Um, Not uh recently. I think there was another moment I had the other day. Someone cut me off in traffic, and then that I can felt that anger rise. I was more aware of it, so I was able to identify it and kind of calm down in the moment. It didn't carry it with me, but it's certainly still there.
So it's still there, but you were able to like catch it and redirect it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's great. Um, Do you ever get these anger bursts any other time besides driving?
Um, I don't think so. Um, I would say that maybe it's not the burst of anger, but maybe my inability to release the anger if something upsets me. I carry it. I'm a um, I'll carry it through my day. I'll argue with myself about the situations. It holds on, but I don't think there's people cutting me off in traffic is really the big moments of burst where that really rises up. Um, but I would say that the carrying the anger for an extended period of time would certainly be something that happens more often.
Does this affect you mentally or emotionally
Uh, Emotionally,
besides carrying it through the day?
yes, yes. Emotionally, sometimes I mean, certainly, it's like a weight of an unresolved type of conflict that I'm feeling. Even though whatever the situation is done and past, it's that replay that's happening. Um, but mentally, yeah, sometimes, if it's a moment that's really overwhelming in the moment, sometimes that I'll drift off thinking about it, and then that can affect, what I'm doing in the moment later on.
Okay, that makes sense. What about mentally? How do you think it affects you mentally?
Yeah, I don't like it. I absolutely dislike holding on to that emotion. I don't like it taking over a part of me, I guess is how I feel. And I definitely want to find ways to um, disperse that feeling when it arises and takes hold. That way, it's not taking away from my day or carrying something through my day that really shouldn't be.
Okay. Yeah. So you think that maybe we should come up with some coping mechanisms to kind of keep it here and not everywhere.
Yes, yes, I think that would be fantastic.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions just to test your memory?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, what year is it?
2026.
What's today's date?
Today's date is oh gosh, I don't know, the 7th, I think.
Okay. Do you know the month?
The month is June.
Okay. What city do you live in?
I live in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to name three objects. Can you try to remember them and repeat them back to me?
Yes, I can try. Yes.
Okay. Cat,
Hat.
cat,
Oh, cat. Yes.
table,
Table.
Mouse.
Cat, table, mouse.
Hmm, job. And do you know what this is called?
Looks like a pen.
Right. Can you tell me more about how you're feeling in the moment when you get the anger?
All right. More about what I'm feeling. In the moment when something like that happens, someone
Yeah.
cuts me off or they do something wrong in the traffic, it's like it feels like there's a rising that takes place. It feels like the emotion comes from kind of like my gut and builds immediately up into my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and I become hyper focused on the problem or the individual who's driving, and then it emotionally it sits in my head, um, and that anger it's really like a rising anger that stays.
Right. So it's like building up and it's like laser focused on the other person driving.
Yes, I certainly become hyper focused on
Okay.
that individual person. Yeah.
What kind of thoughts do you have when this happens?
Oh, it's a good question. What kind of thoughts do I have? Um, I think there's more questions. I don't know if it's like fully formed thoughts. It's more of the idea of why, what are you doing? Um, are you paying attention? Um, I don't know if there's cognitively like phrases that I'm thinking or like because I don't even say something, it's not like I start yelling at them or there's any sort of um, anything that comes out during those moments. It's really just it's a thought, I guess, of what is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Um, that kind of all happens at once.
Okay, that makes sense. I do have one more question for you.
Sure.
You mentioned that uh, one of your parents was very angry when you were a child. Did
Yes.
you ever experience them getting angry over things like this? Like in
Uh,
traffic or
yes. Even smaller issues. Yeah, the anger of my mother was constant, as was her alcoholism. Um, and the anger was always it was a hair trigger. Uh, Anything and everything could set it off. And I think that's why I'm so sensitive to that emotion when it shows up, because growing up with her, I very much did not want to, I don't want to emulate her in any way, shape, or form. Um, and I know alcoholism has the ability without correction to persist through generations, even just the reactions to an alcoholic, the learned behaviors, even if you're not an alcoholic yourself, and that can be transferred um, just by growing up in the environment. Um, and I don't want that to happen to me. Sorry. Yes, it was for the smallest of things. Um, Not doing dishes, misplacing something, or even a perceived slight. There'd be hair trigger moments that would just set her off.
so you grew up seeing her kind of lose it on the smallest things.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I have for today. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Uh, no, not at this time.
All right. Well, I will see you for our next appointment, hopefully. And I
Well,
hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Feedback.
I don't really have much. I thought it was good. It felt like a real session. And yeah, no notes, I guess.
Thank you.
I said that you did a good job like asking those questions and kind of flowing into them. And then maybe kind of what he said to me, Elliot said this to me, but like stay with like the feelings and the emotions a little bit longer and kind of reflect those before you just ask another question.
Okay.
But it was good overall. Good job.
Thank you.
Mhm.